You've just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
Welcome to this week's Your High School Sports. I'm your host, Roddy Woods, along with Mr. Chris Blevins and Mr. Chris Reddick, the Chris's. For all you sports fans out there, we got a great question of the week for you this week, sports fans. It can relate to anything you ever done when you was a kid. So listen up. Here's the question. What was your favorite playground sports as a kid? Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll go first real quick. So mine is kickball. No, I'm just kidding. Kickball would be the one I had the most fun at, but I think something that was different that we did as a kid that you don't see a lot now was called crab soccer. I don't know if you remember crab soccer, but you take your hands, put it behind you, and you walk like a crab on the ground, and they bring this big, huge ball out. This big ball. I mean, huge. I'm talking about as big as the set here. And you had to be on all fours, and you would kick the ball. You had teams, and you go back and forth. It's like soccer, but you're on your back, walking, and hit the big ball, and you kick. I mean, it was great. It was so much fun. You could play it indoors. You could play it out on the field, We did it a lot, so it's kind of similar, but it's kind of a game you don't hear about a lot because there's a lot of injuries involved. You don't play a lot, but it was something fun. If you've never heard of it, it's called crab soccer, and this ball was huge. You remember if you know what that is, you'll remember if you're old enough to remember crab soccer. So.
All right, Mr. Reddick.
Well, I'm one of those traditional guys. Chris said kickball is a joke, but you know what? Kickball was my favorite playground sport as a kid. In elementary school, man, kickball was something serious. You thought football was big in America, man. At my school playground, kickball was the sport. You went to school just to play kickball. Right. And man, you know what? I was really good at kickball. I had that left foot, so when they had the pitch is when they rolled the ball to you and you kick it with your foot. So I had that left foot, man, and we played on the tennis court. So they had the fence. Of course, if you kick it over the fence, they call that like a home run. Right. But, they could also play a guy behind the fence so he could catch the ball. But like I said, I had that left foot, so I could always angle it away from where everybody anticipated the ball to go. And we would count home runs or kick runs. I don't know what we home run, kick runs, whatever you want to call it, but we would kind of keep track of that, and like I said, I was the king of kickball, and that's a sport that I know all you guys that play with me, you remember, but there was one event that almost ruined my whole career, and I'm sure these people will remember, and I can't go into too much detail, but I'm gonna set it up for you real nice. Kicked it, didn't go over the fence, so I actually had to run this time. So I run, and remember we played on the old tennis court, so they had poles. Pole was first base, and the line was second, and then the other pole was third. So I went around and hit the first pole, went around the second, and then there was a girl that was chasing me with the ball because if they hit you with the ball, you're out. Yeah. They were chasing me, and I was good at dodging too. So I was trying to dodge, and I was working my way, but I wasn't paying attention to the pole, and all of a sudden, I hit that pole, not with my top head. Okay. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Crazy. Let's move on. My favorite would probably be stick ball. You played ball. Yeah. We used to play with a rubber ball, a tennis ball. What kind of ball you got? That's what you played with. You could have as many people as you wanted on the team. Mm-hmm. You could have 15 or 20 people on the team, but everybody got to bat. Stick ball is my favorite. So hey, let me know what your favorite is. All you got to do is write to us at yourhighschoolsports.com. Let us know. Get it top Mr. Reddick's or get it top Mr. Blevins, or it might be top in mine. But we'd like to hear from you, sports fans. So write it to yourhighschoolsports.com, and we'll see what we can do to put your answer or your comment right here, and we'll talk about it next week. So when we come back, we're going to catch up with what's going on around the region and across the nation right here on Your High School Sports. We'll be right back.
I never thought I'd get into the car business or work with my dad, but some things you just shouldn't pass up, like our carefree car deal with upfront pricing below the factory invoice and our lifetime powertrain warranty. You've just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
Lee's Total Health Pharmacy. We specialize in your good health. Our 725 Parkway location offers a full-service pharmacy with a large selection of quality home medical equipment, from sports braces to wheelchairs, and a stock varied selection of home care products to assist you daily. Health education classes and a Take Charge Weight program are available. Lee's Total Health Pharmacy. We specialize in your good health.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Gotta get to Gateway.
Get Greene County's only lifetime warranty on these incredible Gateway deals. Late model crossovers like Ford Escapes, GMC Terrains, Jeeps, and Honda CRVs from only $12,900. Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future. Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff, always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the lifetime warranty, right there in Greenville, Tennessee. Go over and see him. Kevin will put you in a vehicle like he put this man in one a couple of weeks ago. So let's make sure we go by and see Kevin at Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the lifetime warranty. It's time, sports fans, for Around the Nation and Across the Region, sponsored by ASP Window Tinting right there in Talbot, Tennessee. Go by and see AJ and Amber. Let them tint your windows in your car. They can do in homes. They do a lot of different things. So just give them a call and set up an appointment with them, 423-586-2006. All right, Mr. Blevins.
Yeah, well, across the region this week, we're going to go into a little bit of soccer action.
Yes.
We got up.
Well, let's talk about, wow, you're talking about soccer. Chris played soccer in high school, guys, right. So he's a resident expert on soccer.
Right. Had a lot of experience in soccer. Obviously, it's a fun sport. It's a lot more physical than people think it really is. It takes a lot of endurance, takes a lot of training to go into it, but it's actually my training for my basketball seasons why I played soccer a lot, and I played since I was about 6 years old. And it's a lot of fun, but there's a lot of great soccer around even since I played in high school, it's getting promoted even more. You're starting to see more pro teams in the United States. You're starting to see more teams and players across the country come to the United States to play in the USA Soccer League. Yes. Obviously, the USA Men's League for the National is a big thing right now. I actually went and watched them play this past year in Nashville, trying to get into the World Cup. So, soccer is beginning to be a bigger thing, and I think as we go forward in sports, it's something that around the U.S. we're having to get accustomed to. And see
we're a little late in the U.S.
But it is a little late, but it is a fun sport. You've never played it before. Let your kids go out there and play. It's pretty exciting. But to kind of give you some local news, we have a lot of great teams here in East Tennessee and across Tennessee that are really ranked in the top 25 in the nation. We have teams from Georgia, South Carolina. We have 4 teams here in Tennessee that we want to mention on the show today. So we have Bearden ranked at number 19. In the top 25, we have Father Ryan in Tennessee that's ranked number 12. We have Montgomery Bell ranked 8th, and we have McHale County ranked at number 9. But Bearden is one of those teams, even back in my day,
Yes.
has been a powerhouse in soccer for a long time. So it's one of those teams that, must have some kind of ritual. They've obviously adapted very nice. Remember when I first played them, not to go too far back in my day, when I first played them, I walked up there and it was the boys against me, and they all had full beards, 2 inches taller than everybody. I don't know how it is today, but I have to go find out. But Bearden's always been one of those teams. They've 11-2 on the season. But to kind of segue to my next thing, Farragut, which is another team that's not the top 25, actually beat Bearden.
Yes, they did.
This past week, or 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry. And that's only one of the 2 losses that Bearden has all season at 11-2. Their next game is against Notre Dame at Notre Dame. It's to be on May 3rd at 7 p.m. But to segue into Farragut's also one of those teams that has a lot of powerhouse soccer things that we do a lot too. Their next home game is May 5th, and it'll be at home against Oak Ridge, and it's also at 7 p.m. And that'd be fun for you guys around the local stations and around here to go out and check them out. But soccer's a big thing, and might have to be a little hot. It's going to be outside. Like baseball.
Bring plenty of water.
Yeah, bring your water. But soccer's also a year-round sport. We just play it here in the spring, but the girls play in the fall. The boys play in the spring. I have a good friend, Blake Rutherford, is the head coach of the Dobbins Bennett team up there. Hopefully we'll be able to get in touch with him and get some information about that. But it's a great sport to get into, and if you ever played it before, definitely check it out and go watch some of this great high school soccer we have. And that's what I got for around the region.
All right. Well, we'll switch gears now, and we'll go across the nation. What's going on across the nation?
Across the nation, a lot of crazy things are going on across the nation. Want to point something out. Chris was pointing out that when he was little, the team seems to be a little older, appeared older with the beards and everything. Well, we have an imposter in the house across the nation, and I'm not going to talk much about it because I want you to go to USA Today and find out who that imposter is. But apparently we had a young man that was portraying himself as a 17-year-old basketball player. So, like I said, that's just a story of interest that you may want to check out. Also, according to USA Today, we go from someone being old, portraying young, to a young that's kind of getting looked at as an old person. And what I mean by that, we have a young man that's an 8th grader, and you can follow this story up too, that is actually already, guys, believe it or not, in football, is being recruited by 2, not just recruited, I think he has 2 offers
already
by Division I schools. He's only 5'9", 160-pound defensive back, and already has 2 schools, I believe Cincinnati and Kentucky has already offered this kid, and there's other schools following along the pace. And of course he's going to be going into high school, so he's already invited to a lot of the college camps already. So it's just amazing, and this may be something we talk about in the future as far as when is it too young to start giving offers. I mean, I may be a standout player, played pro ball, and I just had a baby, and then somebody comes in and visits and say, congratulations, you have a boy? Yes, we'd like to offer him a scholarship. What? Wait a minute.
That sounds like IMG. Let's go.
I can see, he's got potential. I see that cry. He's got potential. But anyway, I want to point something out on a local level. Like I said, I know this is a high school sports show, and there's so many high school sports to cover. You only get so much in so little time. But I want to kind of give congratulations to some standout players. One being Emily Schubert. You remember we talked about her. She's going to be signing with Duke in basketball. Well, she's also a standout track and field star. In track and field, she won the discus in the Three Rivers Conference. And then also I want to point out another standout track star who's actually been a great track star all through her career in high school, but is really showing now, and that's Miss Autumn Thomas, which you hear that Thomas, sounds familiar. That's Ethan Thomas' little baby sister.
Okay.
Hey, she can go. She won the 100, and she won the 200, and she run the long jump. So I'm going to follow these 2 young ladies. Like I said, there's some stand-up players, and I don't mean to be biased about Elizabeth, but when you do good things there, you got to call it out. But like I said, great job to those young ladies, and like I said, hopefully we'll see some things to come, and maybe Autumn may have a scholarship offer in track since she's doing so well. But here's the unique story about that. I thought for sure that she probably would win the female award, but she actually didn't. She won those 2 races, but the person that finished second in 2 of those races actually won the female award for the top runner. But maybe she edged her because that lady, the other young lady, won the 100 hurdles. So, but anyway, just wanted to point that out. But that's what's going on. But like I said, just want to hopefully find out, and maybe you can help us. When is it too young to be recruited or get
Yes,
offered
I
a
want to know that.
scholarship?
I want to know
I'll put
that.
my 2 cents on that. Here's what I think should happen. If there was a legitimate way to do this, if you were in middle school and you were able to receive an offer like that, I think the offer should be based on what you're going to do for the next 4 years. So if you get if you got a offer at 8th grade or in middle school, then you had stipulations you had to live up to in high school. So if you were that good, you'd be able to get tracked. So then you got to do this or have this many touchdowns or this many things or whatever to then when you're a sophomore then be able to go forward. So hopefully something like that, some kind of stair step tool. That way when you get there you have something to play for. We talked about it earlier.
With IMG.
You get the big head. I'm going to Kentucky. I'm going to Tennessee. I'm 8th grader. Then you get out there and get drilled. You ain't going to Tennessee or Kentucky.
And you got to have something to work for. Yeah, let's follow up on that because I do want to tell you some things about the transformations from middle school to high school for some of these athletes, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
All right. Well, folks, if you've got a comment, let us know right here at yourhighschoolsports.com. When we come back, we're going to catch up with Mr. Bart Lyons. He's got a report from Tri-Cities, and he's going to talk about all the baseball and the softball that's going on in the Tri-Cities area. So make sure you stay right here on Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the lifetime warranty.
If you're in the market for a quality used vehicle, here's a grand opening you don't want to miss. Gateway Auto Center of Jonesboro is now open. East Tennessee's bargain outlet for cars, trucks, SUVs, and more, located across from Ingalls in Jonesboro, a division of Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, and the only used car dealer in the region offering the Gateway Carefree Car Deal on over 100 pre-owned vehicles. Upfront pricing posted on the windshield, top dollar for your trade-in, and a lifetime powertrain warranty. Gateway Auto Center on Highway 11E in Jonesboro, online at gatewayusedcars.com.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Gotta get to Gateway.
Get Greene County's only lifetime warranty on these incredible Gateway deals. Late model crossovers like Ford Escapes, GMC Terrains, Jeeps, and Honda CRVs from only $12,900. Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
Welcome back to this edition of Your High School Sports. Bart Lyons, our correspondent up in the Tri-Cities area, is on the line with us. Bart, what's going on up there in your neck of the woods?
Tell you what, very busy up here. The last part of the season winding down, and people kind of jockeying for position for postseason play. So a lot of good things happening up here in the Tri-Cities.
Let's run down the softball. I know you do a lot of TSSAA umpiring for softball, girls softball. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Tell you what, Dobbins Bennett Lady Indians, they're still right there at the top, as well as the Daniel Boone Lady Blazers. Those are probably the two top teams in AAA fighting out for that number one spot. Science Hill had the big upset last week of the Lady Indians and knocked off Lady Indians, gave them their first loss in conference play, which was a surprise. But I'll tell you what, with Chloe Ann Smith there on the mound, who signed with Daytona Beach Community College, we did a little special on her back in signing day. Chloe's done an excellent job on the mound, and she's got the Lady Toppers right there by the top 3 or 4 spot. And I'll tell you what, a young team that's coming along, led by Carla Weems, head coach at David Crockett High School, the Lady Pioneers of David Crockett. They're doing a fine job as well. So it's probably 1 through 4. It's probably Crockett, Science Hill, Daniel Boone, and probably Dobbins Bennett in AAA softball.
Let's flip it to baseball. What's going on up there in baseball?
I tell you what, Dobbins Bennett and Science Hill, as far as AAA, they're right there at the top as well. Science Hill just had a big tournament there, as well as Dobbins Bennett. They've been playing a lot of tournaments on weekends. Been very active. Been busy. Had nationally ranked team from Ohio come down and play in the tournament, and they're jockeying for position again. 1-2, Science Hill, Dobbins Bennett, and AAA baseball.
So it looks like everything's covered up there. I know that we talked a little bit last week on the show about how the power rankings and the strength of schedule is coming about, and both Science Hill and Dobbins Bennett was ranked in the top 100.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they both do a great job. Got a good program. Ryan Wagner over at Dobbins Bennett, he was a three-sport athlete himself when he played. Does a great job at Dobbins Bennett, and Ryan Edwards at Science Hill. And, of course, you got kids like Bryson Tolley and Jordan Holly who are football kids making a big splash on the gridiron as well. And, of course, they got the big left-hander of the Westmoreland kid for Science Hill. He always does a fine job as well. So, again, 1-2 Science Hill and Dobbins Bennett. That's the way it should be.
All right, Mr. Bart Lyons, we appreciate your report every week right here on Your High School Sports. We'll be right back.
Sounds good.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
Lee's Total Health Pharmacy. We specialize in your good health. Our 725 Parkway location offers a full-service pharmacy with a large selection of quality home medical equipment from sports braces to wheelchairs and a stock varied selection of home care products to assist you daily. Health education classes and a Take Charge Weight program are available. Lee's Total Health Pharmacy. We specialize in your good health.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
The right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
We'll have that at Gateway Ford. Please hold just one moment. Hi, this is Cindy from Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda. You're watching Your High School Sports. Thank you for holding. How may I help you?
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. We want to thank Bart Lyons for his great report. Every week, make sure you catch up with Bart. He's telling us about baseball, talking about softball. He is a TSSAA umpire that calls all the softball up in the Tri-Cities area. Well, folks, we're gonna hit this real quick, and we're gonna move on because I know you got something to talk about. Sports for Kids is coming up May 16th. You have time to go by Gateway Ford in Greenville and drop off. Now we're accepting any kind of ball. Basketballs, baseballs, football. Since we're already crossing over to the baseball season, gloves, bats, whatever you want to bring.
Kickballs.
You can bring the kickball. What'd you say? The crab ball? Bring the crab soccer ball. Come on by, support this great cause because we're going to be giving it away to Holston Homes right there in Greenville on May 16th. So we want to make sure that each kid that wants a basketball or baseball or football or a crab soccer ball or a kickball. They'll get one, so make sure you do that. Chris, you got an announcement, right?
Yeah, well, we got something really good for you guys on next week's show that we want you to kind of be pre-gaming for next week so you can be right here at 11 o'clock with us on next Saturday's show. we're actually going to be going to the ETSU Bucks brand new baseball stadium. Have a great high school friend, childhood friend, Chris Gordon. He's the assistant baseball coach for the Bucks up there, and we're going to do a little interview with him, give us some update on how they're doing in baseball, take us on a little tour of the facilities, and we're going to bring some of that to you. So next week, if you want to, definitely if you're a Bucks fan, or if you just want to see inside the stadium and kind of get some insight on baseball, your high school sports is going to take you to the field, and we're going to make sure that we bring you all the info we can about ETSU baseball. I know we're all excited about that.
I can't wait. I'm driven by it. If you've driven by that stadium, you want to know what's going on next week. Now, not this Saturday, but next week. Chris is going to have an interview for him with them.
And I graduated from there, so I can't wait to go back and get on my home turf. And I know that's where Chris went too. So play sports there, so it's going to be fun.
$2. So we're always trying to do something different here, and Mystic Mountain Media is the parent company that owns yourhighschoolsports.com, and we're getting ready to launch something different coming up in September, Labor Day weekend. Chris is going to be on there. He's going to have a UT report every week. We're going to launch mysmokytv.com, channel 195. For all you tourists and your locals, make sure you get ready, because Labor Day weekend, we're going to unveil it. It's going to be a great way to find out what's going on in Sevierville and in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg and Sevier County. So make sure that's coming up in September, Labor Day weekend. We'll be talking about it. We'll be going over it, and Chris's little segment is going to start rolling into your high school sports. I got to get this right now, because the people from Mystic Mountain Media might not like me saying all this, but your high school sports is going to become, and along with My Smoky TV, channel 195. All right? Anything going to wrap up?
Well, I know you took a look at this delicious pizza here, and it's all mine.
Always eat.
You can't have it. Well,
always eat.
I love to eat. The show's over pretty much, right? So I can eat the pizza.
You don't know where the pizza's from, but maybe we'll let you know on next week's segment, or maybe you can find out. But it's a great slice of pizza.
It's a delicious slice of pizza, and I may share this news on where this pizza came from. But
do they have other things besides pizza?
Oh, spaghetti. I believe we actually have some waiting for us right after the show, so we got to wrap this thing up pretty quick, don't we?
Yeah, definitely catch with us at ETSU baseball next week. It's going to be fun. We can't wait for you all to see it.
All right, for Chris Reddick and Chris Blevins, the Chris's, I'm Roddy Woods, and we'll see you next week right here on Your High School Sports. Well, we can do something crazy for a minute, can't we? Chris eating pizza.
So watch me eat pizza for 1 minute.
You've just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.